Your front door may have some gaps after a couple months in your new home. If this happens, you can pop up these tabs and raise and lower the threshold. Your home has new fixtures that may need some help getting broken in. Your windows may be a little sticky. If this happens, you can use a spray-on dust removal product. Your folder has more information on your windows and their warranties. Your polished home is equipped with two different types of smoke detectors. The first one you'll see right in the entry of your home. It has two vents, one for smoke and one for carbon monoxide. Each bedroom is equipped with a smoke detector as per the building codes. Common areas in your home will have the dual detector. Your operation manual will have all the specific instructions for your smoke and carbon monoxide devices.
Your home may be equipped with a fire sprinkler system. There is no maintenance you'll need to do. You will know that your system is activated by these two blue handles when they are both parallel in this position. This is a pressure indicator. This is the bell, which if activated will turn off by a local fire department after they arrive. This is a pressure release valve. Please make sure this unit is easy to access.
Your floor is a wood laminate by Shaw. You'll have more information on the care and maintenance in your homeowner information packet. Avoid water on your floor as much as possible. To clean, use a laminate wood floor cleaning product, available at most home improvement stores. The thermostat in your polished home is simple to use. The manual will be left for your reference on your unit. One thing to remember during the first year: it is best not to allow the temperature in your home to drop below 65 degrees. This will help the drywall and interior of your home to settle slowly and properly. Your crawl space will typically be in your closet on the first floor. We ask that twice a year you look in your crawl space to check for standing water. If you do detect standing water, please call the Polished Homes Warranty Hotline that is monitored 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
One of your most important things you need to know about your new home is where to locate the water and gas shutoffs. In the event of an emergency, Polished Homes has given you an easy, quick access to both shutoffs. Your water shutoff will be located in your garage. When moving in, make sure you have clear access to this shutoff. For sinks and commodes, look behind each fixture for simple shutoffs. Your main water shutoff to the house will be at the city water meter, usually located somewhere in the front of your property. Make sure that you know where this is and can easily access it any time of the year. Your gas shutoffs will be located by your heating system, most likely in your garage. Your gas valve is on in this position, parallel to the pipe, and off in this position, perpendicular to the pipe. Your water heater will have its own designated gas shutoff valve. In the event you only want to turn this off, your range will also have its own shutoff, usually under the cabinet next to the stove. Your main gas shutoff to the whole house will be at the gas meter, usually on the side of your home. Make sure you can easily locate this any time of the year. Simply grab a wrench and turn this 180 degrees counterclockwise. This is the off position. These two loops may accept a lock for security purposes. Some gas meters may only require you to turn 90 degrees. Just make sure that the two holes are lined up so that it may be locked.
I'm Tim Phil, associate with Polished Homes. Today we're going to talk about your water heater. The water heater is hot wired to your home. We like to keep the gauge for the hot water heater, the control at A. That's typically the most energy efficient setting for the water heater. Your water heater shows right now, this is your gas shutoff for the water heater. If I turn it in the off direction, it is now off as far as your gas shutoff goes. In Oregon, water heater does not have to be on a stand. The safety cover covers the piezo and pilot light in front with a glass fitting over it. And your directions for your water heater are typically housed on the side.
These are condensation pipes. It is not uncommon to see water dripping from this drainage pipe. These black-capped pipes are sewer cleanouts. These provide easy access for your plumber or for the homeowner to clean out any blockage. Please keep these caps on at all times, and avoid hitting with any lawn or garden tools or lawnmowers. Your shower is equipped with a skull guard. Sometimes little ones can inadvertently play with the temperature controls. The skull guard can be set so that the water temperature won't get hotter than desired. Take an appropriate sized Allen wrench and unscrew here. This will allow the handle to slide off. Remove this cap, and this dial with a pair of needle nose pliers can be pulled out and set accordingly, and replace the dial back, then the cap, then the handle, then the screw. If your home has a soaker tub, you may also have a skull guard underneath the sink in that bathroom. To adjust this skull guard, simply get the appropriate size screwdriver, unscrew here, lift this cap, and adjust accordingly. After you are finished, replace the cap and screw down the screw.
Typically, the refrigerator is not part of the sales package. When your unit is installed, we ask that you check for water leakage about 8 hours after installation, and then again 24 hours after installation. The garbage disposal in your home is activated by a pneumatic air switch, usually on the top of the island near the sink. The disposal we used is Badger and comes with a 2-year warranty at the time of your home closing. Should you have a problem, you can call the 800 number on the disposal. In the event that the garbage disposal has a stoppage, meaning you can hear the unit is on but not working properly, use the tool on the outside bottom portion of the unit. You can place the tool in here and move it back and forth to free the obstruction. There's also a reset button on the outside bottom of the unit. With the combination of the tool and the reset button, you should be able to put your garbage disposal back in working order. Foundation vents allow the crawl space to ventilate. In the winter, you can close these up and add styrofoam blocks for added insulation. This should be done around November and then open back up around April. You can get these styrofoam blocks at most home improvement stores. Typically, the new fireplace will emit an odor and a minor amount of smoke during the first 10 to 12 uses. The vent panel at the base of the fireplace can be removed to access the flame control wheel along with the gas shutoff valve. There will typically be a battery compartment located in this area to be used in the event of an extended power outage. Install the batteries during a power outage, then remove them when power is restored. The glass front of the fireplace is held in place by 4 spring-loaded latches located at the upper and lower corners of the glass front. Don't remove them while the fireplace is on or hot. For periodic cleaning, remove the upper and lower vents, then release these 4 latches. Your laundry room is set up for your appliances with a 220 outlet for most dryers. This is for your dryer venting. These are the hot and cold water outputs for your washing machine. This receptacle is for your drain tube. Some people like to zip tie this around the hose bib. In the event of an unbalanced load, this will help prevent the drain tube from becoming loose. This small plate cover is a clean out for maintenance technicians. Our homes are typically equipped with half-hots, meaning the electrical outlets have a receptacle where one has power and the other is linked to a switch that provides an on-off option, should you want a lamp in this portion of your home.
My name is Kurt with Polish Homes. Inside the electrical panel, you'll typically find a main breaker, which shuts off the entire home. The breaker should be clearly labeled to identify what circuit they're protecting. As with any breaker, if you find it in the trip position, you cannot simply turn it back on. You'll want to reset it to the off position and then turn it back on. Very little need to ever go in the electrical panel, but again, it should be clearly labeled. Breakers that are tripped will be in the center position. To reset them, you must go off and then back on, and that's your electrical panel.
Your garage door comes with 2 openers that will be left in one of your kitchen drawers. After the closing of your home, you want to make sure you change the garage key pad code. The directions are with the openers. The City of Bend expects that the water that falls on your property stays and drains on your property. Dry wells are typically located where the downspouts meet the earth. They are approximately 30 inches deep, filled with river rock. They are not meant to contain water, but to diffuse water. In other words, it won't contain the water that comes from the gutter, but will help to mitigate erosion. Your Polish home is sided with hardy plank siding, which is concrete siding. The joints between the siding have a metal flashing that you can't see. This makes it watertight and eliminates the need for caulking at the joints. Your homeowner packet will have more information about the warranty and maintenance of your hardy plank siding. The trim on your home is real wood and will need to be repainted every 12 to 24 months depending on the exposure to the sun and other elements. You'll also need to keep an eye on the caulked seam. Every 6 months or so, you should walk around the outside of the home checking for caulking that may have split or separated. If you have such an issue, you will need to recaulk that area to protect the wood and exterior of your home.
Today I'd like to talk to you about your FrostFree Hose Bib. Typically we'll find 2 FrostFree Hose Bibs located on your polished home. This is what they look like. They operate just like a normal hose bib. The thing about these is when wintertime comes, you want to disconnect the garden hose so the siphon procedure works correctly in this hose bib. This is a demonstration of what happens if you leave the garden hose connected on. You see the broken copper tube here. The ice forms in there, expands and splits this. So please remember to remove the garden hose when the freezing weather occurs. In regards to your irrigation system, typically you'll find 2 vaults. In this case we have 3. One vault will contain your backflow device, which is required by the City of Bend in this location. You'll also find 2 gate valves here, and a 3rd gate valve down at the base, which shut off your irrigation after the system is blown out. When springtime comes, you can turn these gate valves back on and your irrigation system will be back in order. This vault contains the zone control valves. There's 5 of them in this box. They just control the different zones, the grass, the drip systems. There's really no maintenance required in here. This bonus vault, the circular vault, just contains a subsequent zone control valve. Again, there's no maintenance required in here. When fall comes, typically before Halloween, as the freezing weather approaches, this is when you'll need your irrigation system blown out. It's best to contract someone such as Crystal Lake Property Management or a qualified landscaper to perform this procedure to blow your irrigation system out.
Here in the Portland-Vancouver area, Polish Homes provides a ventilation system to replace stale air with fresh air. Homes today are built tighter, and it's a good idea to replace stale air with fresh air. In your laundry room, you will find a fan that will run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, at a very low, quiet speed. If you turn this fan on, it will take a few seconds for it to fully engage, and a few seconds to fully disengage when you turn it off.
Depending on the model of your home, your filter may be placed in the upstairs return. The filter dimensions will be 20 by 20 by 1. This filter should be replaced approximately every 3 months depending on the environment, allergens, whether or not you have pets, or as they become dirty. This will help with air quality, energy savings, and provide longer equipment life. To replace the filter, use a ladder and pull the 2 tabs down around the return cover. Remove and replace the filter. Ensure the arrow on the filter is placed up during the exchange. Once the filter is installed, push and return the cover upwards and push the 2 tabs back into place. If your filter is housed on the top side of the furnace can in the garage, these are your typical filter sizes: 16 by 20 by 1, 20 by 20 by 4, or 20 by 25 by 4. The shelf life for the 16 by 20 by 1 filter is typically 30 to 90 days. To replace this filter, use a ladder, locate the cover above the furnace, and pull the 2 tabs upward, and the cover will slide out. Replace the filter. Ensure that the airflow on the filter is placed down when installing. Once the filter is installed, place the cover over the can and push the 2 tabs down. The 20 by 20 by 4 and the 20 by 25 by 4 filters have a shelf life of approximately 1 year. To replace these filters, use a ladder, locate the cover above the furnace, and pull the tab forward. Remove the filter from the can and replace the filter. Ensure the airflow on the filter is placed down when installing. Once the filter is installed, place the cover over the can and push in. A P-trap primer is a plumbing device that adds water to traps. The water seals in the traps and are needed to prevent sewer gases from entering the buildings. But because this water is exposed to the air, it is subject to evaporation over time in infrequently used drains, leading to the release of sewer gas into the environment. The trap primer mitigates this problem by injecting water either directly or indirectly into the trap to maintain the water seal indefinitely. The P-trap primer valve will flow water whenever the supply pipe has a pressure that drops between 5 to 10 psi. That is, if the trap primer is fed from a pipe leading to the washing machine, it will open every time the washing machine fill valve opens. This means a small squirt of water happens a few times a week. Pour a small amount of mineral oil into the drain just to cover the trap's surface. The oil floats on the surface of the water and creates a liquid seal, preventing further evaporation. Mineral oil tends to be the best option as it does not go rancid, whereas vegetable oil does.
It's important to understand some basic do's and don'ts for concrete care. Please do not apply de-icing agent. It's caustic, and even if it claims to be safe for concrete, it can cause concrete to fail prematurely, along with rock salt or granulated fertilizer. Shovel or broom ice and snow to remove it. For homeowners that have exposed aggregate flatwork, take care when power or pressure washing your concrete. Pressure washers that are held too closely to exposed aggregate can dislodge the sand and exposed rocks. Also, avoid driving on stamped driveways with studded tires or chains, as they could damage your sealant or driveway itself. Also, avoid driving on extremely hot days, as hot sticky tires may remove sealant and color. Concrete cracks. It happens, and minor cracking is normal. If a fracture or a crack appears to be heaving or separating rapidly, contact your warranty department to schedule an appointment. Cracking can be caused by elements outside of the contractor's control.